G, good to speak to you. It's been a while.
Howdy, partner, you all right?
Yes. Well, the thing is, since you've not been around, I don't want to say your absence and Michael Caine's dismissal have improved the situation, but they've certainly not hurt it, G.
That's an offensive thing to say. I'm not even playing.
Yes, but I don't think you should be offended by it. It's more just an observation.
Maybe I'll make an observation.
Right. Well,
be warned.
Okay, but where have you been anyway? What's been going on?
I've been at the heart of the Neymar Junior negotiations.
Oh! Now it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah? Going well, is it?
Oh yeah, Ben.
Yeah, why are you involved?
Got secrets you can't even imagine.
That's not something I want to discuss further, actually, weirdly.
I best be off anyway, Ben.
Okay, good. Right, well, once it's all sorted, we'll head back for you. Come back at the end of the season. There's no rush. We
at PSG might be after Dorian next, lol.
Don't do things like that.
3, 2, 1, go!
Right then, folks, welcome back to the Ispalian Job with me, Benchy FM. I'll say now, if you missed yesterday's episode, 2 episodes yesterday, so you may well be ahead of the times. And since then, we've played 2 more games. Since that 3-0 against Lazio, which Danny Graham got a goal, my God. We played a 1-1 against Chievo. Pozzovic scored an own goal. It's a bit embarrassing. 2 minutes later, though, Glucklu did get back on the score sheet for us and levelled things up. It was a game in which we had a very interesting time and didn't do particularly well, to be honest. But a 1-1, no disgrace in getting a draw, but I am a little bit saddened by it. Anyway, we then followed that up with a 3-1 win over Sassuolo. Probably. Regardless of that, a 3-1 victory, a very comfortable victory. And they weren't their normal sort of dominant selves, if I'm honest. We were certainly the better side in the game. It was Glucklu with 2 again, and Ruben Diaz getting a goal as well in that one. So a 3-1 win, and that leaves us then in second position in the Serie A league table. Now, because of that draw, there's now a 3-point gap between ourselves and Juventus, and with a game to play against them today, things are really hotting up. And that is where we start today then. There's a little drizzle, 13 degrees Celsius. And then, of course, the second leg in the Tim Cup against Torino. We currently are down a goal in that one. And the good news for today is that we've got a returning figure. Renzi is back, at least on the bench, probably not fit enough to start. May well feature in the game against Torino, but is back, and he was seen Glucklu scoring goals for us, so why not keep him in there? Dorian Heiser also returns. The issues, though, and there are some issues, is that Sousa, 84% conditioning, decent fitness, though, should be okay, but Hattabor and Agostini come in the fullback areas, and we've not got Barloco and Pereira. And let me show you this before we carry on. You might think, well, isn't that important, Ben? This is why it's important. If you look at tackles per game, you can see in the top 10, 5th and 6th, in fact, Pereira and Barloco are in there. They make a lot of tackles for us. They win the ball back an awful lot. And I'm hopefully it's a system thing, but those 2 individuals are pivotal to our defensive breaks and counter-attacks. And without them, I'm a bit worried. And it's, again, I've said this before, but I'll say it again, one of the biggest games of the season. Beat Juventus, and we have every chance of doing something special. So far, a 2-2 draw. So everything to play for in this one, of course, Serie A, head-to-head records. And I'm very tempted, folks, I said this yesterday, we may well show you every single game now, from now until the end of the season. It's getting exciting, and it's getting interesting. So we might have to do some more double upload days or some weekend uploads. But let's get involved then. First game, you've seen the team. Let's get into it. Sousa the big concern, but Balak can come on at any point if needs be. And and also the boys returned to some training. I won't bring him on, obviously. He's still basically injured. But yeah, he's back in some training. Nice to see him. Let's not actually make him train in the first team, though. Let's remove him. Renzi back. You know, they're all coming back. Okay, then. Juve playing a 4-3-1-2 formation. Rakitic, Marquisio, Pjanic, Eriksson, Higuain, Mandzukic, Semedo, Messina, Benassia, Bonucci, and Rulli. I just realised Pereira wouldn't have been able to play anyway, now I think about it, because he's on loan from them. But it's Barloco and Agostini that's a bit of an issue. Right, can the boys do it again? Can they pull off something miraculous? I've got to be honest, there's not many games this season I've gone into thinking we don't have a chance here. This is probably the first one. I've just seen their team. I mean, come on. They've got a ridiculous team. Right then, the game's underway. It's Juventus versus Spal. It's a top-of-the-table clash against the Azzurri. Can we come out on top is the big question. Afonso Sousa, by the way, international duty's done that to him. I tried to rest him, had little impact, and it's a problem. Can our attacking, fluid style do the job? Pjanic, though, corner played in. Sousa heads it away. Rakitic, though, picks it up. And there's so much quality in this Juve side as it comes in. And that is not what you want to see. Hattabor own goal. Oh, why the fullbacks to make the errors? Never mind. Ball played in. It hits Hatterwater. Let's look at it in 3 dimensions. It's saddening. I'm worried that the team in general can feel it, and that's not good. Rakitic plays it across then. Casola heads it clear, or clears it in general. And, yeah, it's not good. Pozovec should maybe do better. Hatterwater certainly should. And 1-0 Juve. And this Sousa situation, the fact he's not fully fit, we're going to get a half out of him, and I'm going to have to take him off, which is a real shame. He's our best performer, but I can't keep him out that much longer. It's actually Juve going to work this again. Now, a counter-attack could be on it. If we can win it back off them, there's every chance as the ball's played forward towards Marquisio, and Sousa now on it. Forward to Dorian Heise, who's got Glucklu running through the centre. Agostini, left side, from left back. Semedo's gone straight through him, and oh my, that is a situation. He's gone. Red card for Semedo, or Semedo, however you say it. Apologies for anyone that's offended. Regardless, though, that is big. They're down to 10, and right back of all as well. They're going to have to make a change. Formation. Oh, I love them. Those horrible, horrible people. They've gone to that formation. They know this matters. They've very much gone Italian, folks. Okay, we're going to get aggressive with them. I'm going to say I expect to see much better in the second half, which I do. How long do you keep him out there for? He's easily our best midfielder, but he's struggling a little bit. I think what we'll do, we'll give him till 60%, get him off, bring Balak on. Maybe Alexi Garcia actually might be a better option, but let's get out there and do it. Renzi, oh, he's an option. He's been injured for a long time, but my God, is he an option. All right, we've got to keep an eye on Sousa then. We'll see how he does. And Agostini's lost the ball. But now, though, we've got Higuain very isolated, and it gives us a chance to really go at Juventus. 65. I feel like this is just the countdown here. We'll make the change now, shall we? Garcia comes on then, and I'm going to risk it. We're going to bring on Emmanuel Renzi. Herbs and Spices, people, are back. Can they do the job? Herbs and Spices together again. It's been a long time. They've both been injured. They've missed each other, I'm sure. There'll be high fives if there's a goal scored, though. Can Renzi and Heise do it all over again? I must say, since Dorian's come back from injury, he's been missing quite a lot, which I don't like. Hasibor's gone in there, and hopefully it's not a red, because it was a Hans Hasibor is having the shock. Now we don't really. What we'll do is we'll take Agostini off. We'll play 3 at the back. I mean, I don't really have that much options. That's what we're going to have to do. It's a bit narrow, isn't it? We'll play Toscano slightly further forwards on that left-hand side. Put Valze in there because he's a bit more playmakery in the centre. And, it's not ideal, folks, this situation, is it? It's not ideal. We'll still go for it, though. I mean, time's ticking away. Juventus, I've got to say, I don't want to say they've been scared of us here, but they have taken their 1-0 lead, and they've essentially taken the ball home with them, because it's been very difficult to break down what's essentially a 9-man Juve defence. And that's it then. That is it. And they know, I guess the Juve players know, that was probably the league title. And, yeah, with 8 to go now, that gives us a lot of work to do. And the focus now moves away from the league. I mean, Hatterbor's had a shocker, hasn't he? Own goal and a red card. But the focus now moves away from the league and into the Tim Cup. And I'll bring you that game shortly then. Torino it is. Herbs and Spices couldn't do it. Wow. I can't believe it. First time I've felt let down by them, and I really shouldn't. And now Toscano suspended. Someone is always suspended. Miranda, though, comes in. It's fine. This, then, will be the team for this semi-final game. Pozovec in goal. Got Hatterborg and Pereira on either side. Casasola and Diaz in the centre. Miranda, Sousa and Luca in the centre as well, with Yosu further ahead. Heise and Renzi up top. It's Herbs and Spices. Spices and Herbs back together at last. Here we go. Starting a game, and that's when they're at the most deadly. Of course, we have a 1-0 deficit to try and overcome, and Luke de Jong, Theo Walcott. I'm still confused by the whole thing. Okay then, boys, they're back. This is it now. We want revenge, and hopefully we get it. A cup final would be something to go out on, or that this could be one of those episodes where it all falls apart. It's all feeling a bit too good. Is it about to crumble, or are we about to bounce back with a serious bounce? What are we on about? Renzi's been out for a long time with cruciate damage. I've not played it. I saved him a little bit, but now he's back as we work things forward here. Sousa ball in. Renzi's there, and Renzi scores. My God, he's back. Emmanuel Renzi with the goal. The ball played in from Sousa, and that is what we've been missing in the last few games. I mean, against Chievo, we missed that killer instinct. The same thing in the first leg against Torino. Recently against Juve, only got sort of 20 minutes. The ball played in, and that is a Renzi-esque finish. Half volleyed. He loves those. And he makes it 1-0, and we're back on level terms, only 5 minutes in, and the highlights are continuing as Diaz, well, he wins the ball back, but does he? Thorvan now, through on goal, shot on goal, Pozovec with a big save, 8 minutes gone, end-to-end stuff. Corner kicks to be played in, headed away by Miranda, And now it's Grassi on it. They're coming forward again. Theo Walcott this time, causing problems down this right-hand side. Ball's played in. Diaz with a good clearance, though, and the highlight is over. Walcott on it again, though. We know how pacey he can be, causing problems down this right-hand side. Ball into the middle. De Jong's there. Pulls it back again. Thorvan, he plays it into that far corner, and it's 2-1. Torino, a strike back. 17 minutes gone. What do we do about Theo Walcott? Do we play on a more counter-attacking style? Like, it's such an issue. We're playing on the attack. These defenders have got a lot of work to do today. And Thorvan, good finish. I think we do, I think we step up a little bit more defensively. Not a lot more, just a little bit. I mean, it might be worth even going to a more sort of standard approach, a bit more balanced attitude to the game. As the first half after that goal has disappeared completely. We've had a lot of possession in the game, but we're not doing a great deal with it. We've got that goal, but I'm going to keep saying we owe them. And I'm going to get aggressive instead, actually. Show me something else. Come on, let's win this. Can we get the all-important goal that will at least level things up, take us to extra time? That's down this side again. Thorvan causing a problem, but Sousa gets in there and clears it. Come on, boys. This is big. Semi-final. I mean, Torino have been easy work in the league. Let's deal with them now. I'm tempted to go back attacking, Yossi's having a poor game out there. I think we get him off. Bring on someone like Garcia. Yes, we will. I've made the switch. We'll see if it makes a difference. Going back to attacking as well. We're going to leave ourselves a little bit exposed, but at the same time, not much has happened in the game. Heister's not having the greatest time of it. As corner kick. Sousa plays it in. Gamel clears. It's out to Garcia now. Into Casasola nearly gets it in goal, but not quite. Pereira forced all the way back though. And Spal will start again, up towards Rendy. Rendy's not a person, Renzi. Ball's kicked forward, and now Renzi's in on goal. Oh, you think if he's a bit more in form, he might take his time with those. He fires it wildly, you've got to say, and it remains 1-1. But they've still got the advantage. We need a goal. 15 minutes left. Is there a man we call upon? Is it Kuklu, or is it Danny Graham? Or is it a mixture of the two? I mean, Dorian Heiser is having a poor game out there. I'm going to bring him on. Oh, this is so stupid. All of our defenders are on yellow cards as well. That's a bit of a risk. But we've got to go a little bit more direct. And I think the passing as well is going to go a little bit more direct. Try and get Danny involved. 15 minutes to go. Can this be salvaged? I'm not sure it can. But we have a highlight. Miranda patrolling at the back. Danny Graham now tackled on the ball. And that is not what you want to see after you bring Danny Graham on. And now Diaz has fouled him. And he's off as well. Suspension City today. I mean, Ruben Diaz, a rock for us. Well, we can't really change much. We'll just keep it as is. We won't make can we even make another change? We can make one more change, but we'll keep it like this for now. We need the goal more than anything, as now it's going to be Torino's chance again to come forward. We're battling hard, but we can't get near them at this point. Let's go out to this right-hand side. Ball's played to the back post. De Jong's there. Pozovec, well, it's saved and cleared. I mean, there's still time here. There's still time. We're going to have to go overload. We've got 10 minutes to go. I'm not going to wait. I know they've got a corner, but I'm hoping nothing that comes from it. Pump the ball into the box. Stop working it. Pump it. Danny's there. He wants it. I mean, time is ticking away. I've gone to overload. It's basically going defensive. I know this, Ben. Why have you done it? I should have gone defensive, it feels like. I mean, there's no time left at all. It looks as if it's going to be heartbreak. I mean, it's not going to be a defeat, but it's going to be a defeat overall. There's that first game where we had a much weaker side that has undone us. And that, my friends, is going to be that. The decision to bring on Danny Graham with 15 minutes to go. It looks foolish, doesn't it? I mean, I'll say that openly now. It looks foolish. Renzi on the score sheet in his return, in his first start for a while. But it's not going to be this time around. And what an episode. I mean, we've had some really good highs recently. We really have. And then that is a bit of a downer. You've got to say, though, the games to come, there's a lot of winnable games in there. I think Bologna's probably winnable. Palermo, Sampdoria, Ternana, another one, Trappini, and Verona. I guess you'd say Milan and Roma are the two more difficult games left for us. Milan up in fourth. And the rest of the sides, you've got to say, we play a lot of the bottom... Well, in fact, we play 4 of the bottom 5. So I still think this season there is a chance for us. Interestingly then, who do Juventus play? I feel like at this point it's worth taking note of it. And well, here we are then. Juventus still have Roma, Napoli, Torino, Udinese, Fiorentina, Inter and Torino. Juventus' run-in is not easy, and interestingly, we would have played Juve in the final potentially of the Team Cup had we got there. They beat Pescara, who got to the semi-final. They're a dark horse if I've ever seen one. So interestingly, they've got a tough run of games, a very tough run of games, and we really don't. So, admittedly, there's a 6-point gap now, and Juve have got everything in their control. But if we start picking up performances again in the league with the team that we know and love, of course today it's worth noting, you might sit here and go, oh, he's bottled it and whatnot. defensively, we've not been all there. The suspension of Barloco, for me, is a much bigger deal than you might ever imagine, and I feel like, in a way, it's cost. He's a 7.24 kind of player, and without him at the back, we've come a little bit unstuck. So, hopefully, next episode, things will turn it around, and there will certainly be a weekend upload. Thank you for supporting the videos recently, and hopefully, if you enjoyed this one, you'll leave a like. So, with love, with care, from Until next time, I'll see you again for more. I don't think this is over.